Good evening and thanks for joining us. Lightning strikes lit up BC's south coast overnight in a rare display as a severe thunderstorm rolled over the region, snarling traffic at airports and canceling flights in the process around the province. Here on the island, sparking new wildfires, and the threat of more coming in the days ahead has emergency crews on alert. Ollie Herrera reports.
It was a spectacle in the skies.
Holy sh**.
Mother Nature putting on a powerful display across Vancouver Island during last night's lightning storm. So powerful that Mother Nature would leave behind her mark. In Ladysmith, lightning struck this tree, one of two trees hit in the town last night.
There was the biggest boom I've ever heard. It was incredible. It was like it was right above me.
Bruce Carey out of Crofton felt the heat on his head when lightning struck a large tree on his property, sending a 12-foot log flying into their pool about 100 feet away.
I was trying to put a tarp on a crosscut saw that was out in the rain, and I also had a pitchfork in my hand trying to hold the tarp down, and the thing went off, and I went down on my knees, like trying to hide.
We have almost 3 acres, and I would say at least a good acre.
A half acre.
A good half acre, is covered in debris.
Before the lightning came the rain and the hail, with this video taken on Denman Island. Environment Canada had put out a yellow warning in place for parts of Vancouver Island and the Lower Mainland. In Vancouver, the storm grounded all flights between 9:30 p.m. and 3 a.m. this morning. The last 2 arriving flights into Nanaimo last night were also canceled. Victoria's airport was spared.
In the Coastal Fire Center, we saw over 2,000 lightning strikes as the system came over the area.
Over the last 24 hours, 21 new fires have started in the Coastal Fire Center, 11 of those on the island, with Lake Cowichan getting many of the new fire starts.
Many of the fires are still quite small. And for most fires, we do have crews that have been assigned and dispatched quite quickly.
While the fires are small in size, fire personnel are going to be on alert over the coming days for holdover fires as hot, dry, and windy conditions move in.
Some lightning-caused fires can smolder beneath the forest floor or deep within ground fuels for hours or days before becoming visible and detectable.
While the lightning show may be over,
Our task is trying to find someone to come and take down the tree because it's precariously perched.
the cleanup is just beginning for some, like the Carey family.
Victoria firefighters responding to a fast-moving hedge fire across the street from Mayfair Shopping Centre overnight. The Victoria Fire Department says a single engine company was called to the area of Blanchard Street and Finlayson Street just before 9 yesterday for reports of a grass or brush fire. When firefighters arrived, they found a row of cedar hedges burning along a property fence line. Video from the scene shows flames burning through the hedges as firefighters worked to knock down the fire. The fire was brought under control quickly. However, firefighters remained at the scene for about 40 minutes. No injuries have been reported and the cause has not been released. Now to the story that is gripping our nation at the moment, the trade war with the U.S. With the collapse of trade negotiations between our country and the U.S., businesses on this side of the border are responding to the new U.S. tariffs and the effects they will have. CBC business reporter Kyle Bax has more from Calgary.
Difficult days for so many businesses now facing these new tariffs implemented by the United States. A 50% charge on hundreds of Canadian products that are going to be exported to the United States. Industry groups in particular talking about how this is going to have a big impact on many different businesses, although they are adamant that having no deal is at least better than having a bad deal. For a lot of businesses right now, they're crunching the numbers to help understand exactly what the impact is going to be, not only from these new tariffs, but potentially if the Canadian government does introduce its own tariffs against products from the United States that are imported into Canada. We spoke with a winery in British Columbia that just last week sent a $20,000 shipment of wine south of the border into Washington state. And this winery was hoping to grow its business, but those expansion plans, the owner says, are now completely shut down.
We needed to expand our market. And so we were looking at growing into about 100 different or probably into 46 different areas in Washington state. And it doesn't only affect us there. It's like if the prime minister then puts a tariff back on us or on goods coming in, that's going to affect things like glass, our cardboard for our shipping boxes, our closures, our stelvin. So this is really a bigger hit rather than just us shipping there.
There's kind of like three main things that a lot of businesses are hoping for. One is that provinces work harder to reduce trade barriers. So they're hoping that this trade war between Canada and the United States that is really escalating, that this is a wake-up call for premiers to really work a lot harder at reducing those trade barriers. The second, for some companies that are large enough, they can, of course, start looking or try to find, different international markets besides the United States. And the third is that, a lot of businesses are just hoping that Canada and the United States get back to the negotiating table at some point instead of, seeing that this trade war keep escalating with higher and higher tariffs.
As we know, Prime Minister Mark Carney says U.S. tariffs will be matched dollar for dollar. That means life will be a bit more expensive for Americans as well. Political leaders and business leaders south of the border are now weighing in tonight.
Well, let's start with the top politician. President Trump made no comment until 1 o'clock this morning, and it was a very muted comment, less than 30 words. This is not the Donald Trump that we've become used to. You can take a look here on the board. He says his basic comment, Canada wants to have the benefits of being a state without actually being one. But did he say the word 51st state? Did he say the word Mark Carney? A very muted statement, not guns a-blazing like he often does. Very, very calm Donald Trump. But there's been lots of reaction from really the entire political scale. Let's look at some of the reaction from some of the politicians. Let's take a look first at Susan Collins. Now, she's in a very tight race in Maine for her Senate seat. She's a Republican, but she comes out against these tariffs. She says if the administration proceeds with these tariffs, they will increase costs for Maine families. And we can see a couple of Democrats who obviously are opposed to the tariffs. The governor of Michigan, a very important state that also has a big primary or big Senate race coming up where the Democrats want to hold on to that seat. And of course, it's the home of the auto industry. Gretchen Whitmer, the governor there, says Michiganders literally cannot afford to keep paying these Republican tariff taxes. Look how she frames it, Republican tariffs. And then finally, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, one of Donald Trump's thorns on his side, as it often is, and he comes out against it. He says, our closest ally, our critical trading partner, and Trump is hitting Canada with 50% tariffs. What the actual blank are we doing? The midterm elections come up in just over 2 months. I expect Democrats to talk lots and lots about affordability and talk about tariffs affecting affordability. Now, again, Mark Carney, I think very cleverly, some people think very cleverly, is not going to impose these retaliatory tariffs until September 8th. That does leave the door open. Donald Trump, again, very muted in his comments, not attacking Mark Carney, not calling him governor, not using the word 51st state. Is he willing to maybe reopen some of these negotiations? It's always so hard to read Donald Trump, and we're usually always wrong, but that's something people are looking at right now. Does he want to keep the door open? Does he want to renew these negotiations?
Back here on the island, the Nanaimo Judo Club says it might have found a new home after being forced from its previous space by a suspicious fire about a month ago. The club is over 60 years old and is a fixture in the community, but its future was in doubt. Dean Stoltz reports.
The Nanaimo Judo Club brought its mat to Maffeo Sutton Park today, the only option it has after a fire in its own gym last month.
We're doing judo outside in the park here, and we've got a bunch of our kids and our older athletes are coming, and we're just going to practice all our judo techniques and skills and raise awareness in the community about the fire and helping us rebuild.
The fire in mid-July forced the club from its home of 60 years, a facility at least from the city of Nanaimo. The suspicious fire was set on the steps outside before spreading inside, causing significant damage and losses.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to be probably permanently damaged from the fire. There's a lot of memorabilia in that club too, and like old trophies and photos. A lot of it's probably going to be just unsalvageable.
I was just like devastated because we use that club 6 days. We're there 6 days a week. It's like a second home to a lot of us.
Well, for me, it's been, home for the past 21 years, so it's really upsetting to see it go. I don't know, everybody needs a community, and this is a really great one to be a part of.
So the club has been working hard to find a replacement home, but leases aren't cheap, especially for the size it needs, and classes are due to begin again in September.
Yeah, just looking for space, and that's been, tough finding a, space big enough, right? So it's been a process.
But the club might be close now to securing a new home.
I hope we're close. We were talking to someone that might have a possible space that could work for a small program anyways. And, actually another one of the jiu-jitsu clubs has offered to share some space as well. So I think we'll figure something out.
Money was being raised today to cover things that insurance might not cover and to help with what will likely be more expensive rent.
Most tournaments are usually inside, so it's kind of just like a different experience having it outside. But I'm just very happy that the community came out to come support us.
And the club hopes to be back indoors soon.
A rare whale that made history washed ashore on northern Vancouver Island is helping breathe new life into the rebuilt Whale Interpretive Center in Telegraph Cove. The Whale Interpretive Center officially reopened at the beginning of the month, more than a year and a half after a devastating fire tore through Telegraph Cove, destroying the center and its renowned collection of whale skeletons. Now one of the center's newest and most significant specimens has arrived, the articulated skeleton of a bride's whale that was found dead near Port McNeill back in May of 2025. Now, the display represents another milestone in the center's recovery from the 2024 New Year's Eve fire, which destroyed much of Telegraph Cove's historic boardwalk, businesses, and the former WIC. Before the fire, the Interpretive Center was known internationally for its collection of marine mammal skeletons. The WIC estimated the collection destroyed in the fire was worth more than $2 million. We're going to turn things over now to Jessica McCool and take a look at what's happening outside. Jessica.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Well, after the wild weather we experienced last night, we're now settling back into some stable conditions. The beginning of the week is looking beautiful with no rain in sight for the South Island. Rain will be returning for the North and West Island Wednesday, and there is a slight chance of some rain for the Central Island Wednesday and Thursday, but nothing major. Temperatures are slowly starting to climb back up. After a couple of days of relief, we'll be back up into the mid-20s by midweek. And speaking of last night's wild weather, we can always count on our viewers to send us the most incredible shots. I wanted to show some of these we received last night from last night's storm. This one taken by TJ Watt, looking towards Peakalls from Mount Talmy. Ryan McAllister took this photo near Whiffin Spit, looking towards Leechtown. And Kyle took this photo from French Beach near Shirley. And Aaron snapped this pic from his back deck in Duncan. Absolutely gorgeous. What a wild night that was. I will have your full island forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Jessica. Well, still ahead, we're going to take a closer look at Vancouver Island's tourism industry, what the future holds, and some of the challenges and successes when we come back.
This is parent math, where packing light somehow equals 6 suitcases, where space is measured in kids, gear, and snacks, and where the shortest distance between 2 points is never a straight line. It's how Family Smart features, plus Canada's lowest price 7-passenger all-wheel drive minivan, somehow just adds up perfectly. Like I said, parent math. The new 2027 Chrysler Pacifica.
I gotta say, you guys have made it very difficult to come up with movie ideas. There's just no drama or tension. You could basically skip everything. It's okay. I don't blame you.
Discover Vancouver Island's sweetest destination. Internationally beloved and locally family-owned, Heavenly Desserts invites you to indulge in exquisite brunch creations and decadent desserts. From the first bite to the last, Heavenly Desserts makes every moment feel like heaven.
Looking for smoother skin, suppler joints, and stronger muscles? CanPrev's line of collagen peptides are formulated to target collagen production wherever you need it the most, from head to toe. Available at Lifestyle Markets, dedicated to wellness in our community.
People live out of the house for many reasons. Relocation, insurance, corporate stays, even medical. At Victoria Suites, we take everything to the next level to make our guests feel immediately comfortable. We're totally furnished with exceptional service. Our suites are beautifully appointed, come well stocked, and have a pre and post inspection. If our guests need anything, we're literally minutes away to serve them 24/7. We want you to feel like you matter, because you do. Victoria Suites, live like home.
I read somewhere that they don't even count the ballots. Now, what was that for?
I had to fact check you. Come on.
Up we go. Can't even remember where I read that.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Mac Reno Design Build. Update your life with Mac. Custom high-quality design build renovations in Victoria since 1980.
Our island economy is powered by Van City and Vancouver Island Economic Alliance.
Here on the Weekend Cast, we've been checking in with different industries and fields over the last few months to get a sense of how our economy is doing across different sectors on the island. Joining us tonight to help us get a closer look at the tourism industry is President of 4TVI Tourism Vancouver Island, Brian Kant. Brian, thanks so much for taking the time to come in today. It's such a huge part of Vancouver Island. I think anyone who lives here knows that tourism is just part of the cultural fabric, no matter where you are on the island. Can you just talk a little bit about maybe this past year and a quick snapshot of where we're at and how it's been going?
Yeah, you know, it's a really powerful industry. We're employing about 22,000 people across Vancouver Island in this industry, and it's worth $4 billion annually in economic spending.
And we know, as people who live here, obviously what's so great about Vancouver Island, but when it comes to people from other places coming here to visit, are there certain things that are the biggest draw, or is it a big pie chart where there's lots of different things that people get into, or are there some stuff that really pulls people in?
You know, we've got really two key locations that an international visitor loves to come see. If they've been to Vancouver Island before or it's their first time, they really want to see Victoria and they want to see Tofino. And the role of our organization is to encourage them to see both of those and then spend more time finding other parts of the island that, you know, may not be as well known. So if we think about Campbell River or the North Island, they're really, really great places to visit. And our focus is to really try and encourage people to spend time on the island, spend more nights on the island, and journey beyond Victoria and Tofino.
The political climate that's changing, it seems, by the hour for us in our country. Obviously, things that happen around the world land here at home. Have you noticed any kind of dynamics in terms of, in particular, with the U.S. and visitors there, considering what's going on?
Personally, I've seen some apologies being had by some American visitors that are coming here, but I think that what we have noticed is we still are welcoming to the American guest. Washington State continues to be a key market for Vancouver Island. That won't change. It hasn't changed. We'll continue to be that, you know, warm, welcoming country that we always have been, and the island especially. And so the American visitor is critically important to the economy for tourism on the island. Our efforts include marketing to the British Columbian, the Albertan, and the Washington State residents. So that's not going to go away.
What are some of the challenges for tourism? Are there things that you wish people would understand more about Vancouver Island? Or do you think people just kind of get it and it's just a numbers game and people, depending on what's happening in the world and what's happening with the economy, choose Vancouver Island one year or not the next? Or are there things you have to overcome to get a certain message out?
We do have to overcome the ability to get to the island and to help explain the size of the island. So a lot of international guests may know Vancouver Island exists, but they don't understand the scale of the island and the time that it takes to, you know, travel from the south end of the island to the north end, and really the geographic differences that exist. But that is a really good opportunity for us. While we may, you know, sigh a little bit and roll our eyes at having to take BC ferries because we're islanders and it's just part of life, that is probably one of the most exceptional journeys that you can take on a ferry anywhere in the world. And so while we may tend to take it for granted, if you're on the ferry in the summer and you see these people that are visiting for the first time ever, they're in complete awe. our job and our role is to really help educate them about how the ferry system works, and if there's other alternatives like flying over on a float plane, and the sheer excitement that exists with all of that.
And where do you see tourism going for Vancouver Island? Are there certain sectors? Is it a general pool of excitement of our wilderness and all the things we have to offer in terms of the outdoors? Is that kind of the general theme? Do you have like a longer term plan where you see this going?
Yeah, we've just recently developed a 15-year strategy around destination stewardship. So the marketing that happens for Vancouver Island happens at both the provincial level and the community level. Our role as a regional organization is to really look at how the destination is managed and developed over time. And so if we look at this 15-year window, there's two key components that have come out of it. One is really on the sustainability side, so ensuring that the place that we all love, the place that we love to call home, and that visitors really truly enjoy visiting remains pristine, and the areas that can be improved are improved. The other side of that is really working to help grow Indigenous tourism. We are home to more than 50 First Nations across the Vancouver Island region, and yet we have just over 100 Indigenous tourism businesses that are Indigenous owned or Indigenous led. And there's a really great opportunity for us to continue to grow and work with the nations and these independent entrepreneurs that are looking to build and grow their business.
I know you made a little bit of headlines going into this weekend talking about a possible sustainable fee that you would charge tourism. How does that fit into the plan?
Yeah, so the plan is 15 years in its time horizon, and what has been picked up is this opportunity to look at charging a sustainability fee. In the plan and in our thinking, that is something that is at least a decade away. It's something that requires a lot of consultation and a lot of thought, and the questions that have been raised about it, of course, I think are valid, but we're not talking about a 2027 implementation of a sustainability fee to every tourism business. What we're talking about is residents are eager to see tourism dollars invested to support community, and visitors wholeheartedly in our research shared with us that they would be willing to pay a fee. But we're thinking, this is a 2036 conversation, not a 2027 conversation.
Really appreciate you taking the time. Looking forward to future conversations before 2036, and we can have more discussion about it. Thanks so much, Brian.
Thanks, Scott.
Much more when we come back. We're going to take a look at why it matters that Thanksgiving is 7 weeks away. That story still ahead.
Bladder leaks, medically called incontinence, have become a silent epidemic. Those leaks that we've been told to consider normal are impacting our quality of life. 46% of women with incontinence give up exercise, and 45% give up intimacy. I didn't want to be that statistic. It's why I founded Eurospot. We combine the best of technology with world-class education so you can live the life you deserve. Get ahead of the problem and end bladder leaks, frequency, and urgency.
Save the Fraser. Sign the declaration and join the Fraser River Challenge to protect 30% of the rivershed by 2030. Visit fraserriverkeeper.ca.
Whether on the go or on the job, the legendary Toyota Tundra will leave you tundra-struck. It's time to be impressed. It's time to Toyota.
Spain's Mick Extreme pulled pork. Now in Canada, and impossible to resist. Get it while you can.
Set up auto-ship deliveries in the PetSmart app. And for instant gratification, we also have Store, where in-store pickup always does the trick. This guy gets it. Shop online or in-store. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Looking for something truly one of a kind? Discover the largest and most unique jewelry selection on the island. Or get instant cash when you sell your jewelry. Plus, in-house jewelry repair to bring your treasured pieces back to life. Old and Gold.
Welcome to Incredible Home, Victoria's trusted custom closet experts since 1982, where closet design is both science and an art. Serving Victoria to Parksville. Incredible Home. Live life incredibly.
The survivalist fate is in your hands.
Oh my God, I'm not pushing the button.
He sees things in ways that we can't understand.
Good luck to all three of you. How aggressive do you want to be here with your wager? Well, that was kind of crazy.
It may still be summer, but Thanksgiving is 7 weeks away. And what does that mean? Well, it means thousands of runners are going to be pounding the pavement for the Royal Victoria Marathon. Tess Van Stratton now has more in Vital People.
Good morning.
Trevor Premack helps to manage the Mustard Seeds Food Security Distribution Center.
My main job is getting the food out to the people who need it, whether that's through our food bank downtown or the 80-plus community organizations we support. Zucchini season.
Helping to feed those in need, the Food Rescue Program redistributes millions of pounds of food a year that would otherwise go to waste. And Trevor has a very personal reason for wanting to work here.
Growing up, we relied on a food bank to help make ends meet. Just being able to have that lived experience and then also take that into my career has been really insightful and is definitely keeps me going in this job.
A love of running also keeps Trevor going.
I just love being able to run in such a beautiful community. I often will be along Dallas Road 3 to 4 times a week, so it just provides a great escape.
And he's combining those passions by running in the Royal Victoria Marathon this fall to raise money for the mustard seed.
Oh, I think it's amazing. Trevor is running not only for himself, but he's also helping others by doing that. So it's really amazing.
The Mustard Seed's one of 25 nonprofits benefiting from the popular Thanksgiving weekend marathon this year as part of the CHEK Charity Pledge Program, which has raised $2.8 million since 2005.
Running for a cause to help fundraise and be part of a community is just such a great way to remain committed to the end goal of crossing the finish line.
For us, this is about community. It's amazing to see the community turning together and helping other charities. And we all need the support right now.
With inflation and the high cost of living, more and more people are struggling to make ends meet.
The demand keeps up. We are seeing more people turning to the food bank for help, and we can't keep up with the demand without help of the whole community.
This will be Trevor's 4th Royal Victoria Marathon, and he's hoping it will be his best yet.
So I'm really excited to see if I can beat my best time and yeah, just keep doing better every run.
Vital People is brought to you in part by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.
Much more still ahead when we come back. Jessica McCool will be joining us talking more about what we can expect to wrap up tonight's weather and what you can expect in the week ahead. That's coming up in weather next.
Van Isle Windows has earned the trust of homeowners across the island by manufacturing and installing windows and doors through a proven process built on decades of experience. Our seamless 5-step approach from in-home consultation to final installation ensures every detail is handled with expertise and precision from start to finish. The result is a stress-free experience that enhances your home's comfort and value. Van Isle Windows, made with pride on the island for the island.
Jeep is for anyone. Anyone who gets it. Where a little mud means you're in. No sign-ups, no introductions, just what we do. It's a club that knows how to take something with them and leave something behind. Built by the ones who started it and the ones taking it further. Jeep is not for everyone, but it is for anyone.
For all seniors 55 years and older, live at the attractive Legion Manor. Enjoy 5 acres of park-like setting on the beautiful Saanich Peninsula. Assisted living from $3,025 a month. All suites have balcony or patio access. Friendly staff, great amenities, and delicious meals.
I walk every morning. It's like living in an old English village. Beautiful.
Legion Manor, such a great place to call home. Assisted living from $3,025 a month.
With Precision Marble Bath and Shower, we've been Victoria's custom bathroom specialists for years. And Precision Marble Bath and Shower is better than ever. Our tub to shower conversions are a legendary value. For the cost of a beautiful soaker tub, you could have a walk-in shower. Custom manufactured right here in Victoria, that's how we can offer a lifetime warranty. Enjoy accessible bathing with a Precision Marble Shower. Precision Marble Bath and Shower. See the quality for yourself and visit our showroom today.
You know how it goes. Jack and Sarah in a world of their own. Cindy's always texting. Jeff is up for a good time. Oh, and Greg usually does the rolling and the driving. You see, Greg doesn't drink. But did you know that drivers impaired by cannabis or other drugs pose the same dangers and face the same penalties as those impaired by alcohol? License suspension, a criminal record, fines, even jail time. Know the facts. Plan ahead. Visit arrivealive.org to learn more.
Well, after that massive system that made its way right over the island yesterday and over onto the mainland, bringing a ton of lightning, a ton of thunder, what a show it created for us. There's no rain in sight for quite a while other than the North Island, so let's head on up there first. Partly cloudy night tonight for the north, 40% chance of showers this evening, lows of 12, and a clear night for Sayward. Tomorrow for Sayward, nothing but sun at 25. And then tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud right across the board for Port Hardy, Port Alice, and Port McNeil with highs of 19. A cloudy night tonight for the west coast. Fog patches developing after midnight with lows of 14. Those clouds and fog will clear in the morning though. Highs of 21. The humidex making things feel closer to 26. And then nothing but sun with highs of 29 for Port Alberni. Humidex feeling closer to 32. A few clouds tonight for the East Island, becoming clear near midnight with lows of 15, and then tomorrow nothing but sun, highs of 25 with the humidity feeling closer to 28, and similar picture for Nanaimo, Ladysmith right down to Duncan, lots of sun and temperatures in the mid-20s. A clear night for the South Island tonight with lows of 12 degrees, and then for tomorrow nothing but sun. We're back into summer, highs of 24, feeling closer to 27. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the Kootenay Lake region across the province here, and yellow air quality warnings still in effect for the southern interior. Whistler sitting at 26 tomorrow with a mix of sun and cloud. Williams Lake, nothing but sun at 28. Prince George, a few clouds at 25. A hot one for Kamloops at 30, 28 for Kelowna, and Cranbrook at 27 with lots of sun. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect across Canada for Red Deer and surrounding areas. Heat warnings for northern Saskatchewan. Rainfall warnings in effect for parts of eastern Ontario and into Quebec and for the majority of Nova Scotia. So some showers there for Edmonton at 21. Again, thunderstorms for Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Ottawa seeing some thunderstorm activity, Montreal as well, Quebec, and again there's all that rain for St. John's and Atlantic Canada at 21 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. So a mix of sun and cloud for the start of your week with highs of 19. Same picture for Tuesday, rain moving back in for Wednesday, and then rain on again, off again for the remainder of the week. A 30% chance on Thursday. Showers for Friday with daytime highs of only 16 and an overnight low of 11. Chance of showers for Friday. A beautiful couple of days coming up for the Central Island. Lots of sun for Monday and Tuesday with highs of 25. Feeling warmer with the humidity. 40% chance of showers on Wednesday, a 30% chance on Thursday, and then a mix of sun and cloud for Friday and Saturday with temperatures in the low 20s. And a beautiful week for the South Island. Nice and comfortable with daytime highs in the mid to low 20s. Lots of sun tomorrow and Tuesday, and then a mix of sun and cloud into the weekend. Let's take a look now at your Country Grocer celebrations. A very happy 90th birthday to Audrey Towella of North Cowichan. Celebrating 94 years is Phyllis Forsyth of Sydney. And best wishes to Marian Plekis of Nanaimo on her 97th birthday. 2 anniversaries to celebrate today. Happy 63rd to Richard and Sheena Webb of Ladysmith. And celebrating 68 years, Nick and Maureen Von Shikip of Powell River. It's now time for your Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
Thank you to Kiki Wallace for sharing this beautiful video with us from last night's Salish Sea Lantern Festival. This humpback whale is the newest addition to the festival, and the public was able to vote on her name last night. Last name, they announced that the winning name is Georgia, named after the strait. What a beautiful night that was, and I'm told that the thunderstorms didn't start till right after the parade ended, so good news for Sydney and the Salish Sea Lantern Festival.
Selection is at the heart of heirloom linens, so every choice feels right.
We're known for the largest selection of bedding in Victoria and bringing comfort from bedroom to bathroom. Now you have even more ways to choose. On a budget? You'll find it here. Looking for something more luxurious? That's here too. Whatever your budget, whatever you feel, you don't have to settle. You have choice. Come for the selection and bring home something that just feels right. Heirloom Linens. We only sound expensive.
Wendy's everyday value menu brings real value under $4, not bagels. We're talking fresh Canadian beef, not muffins. This is real Canadian chicken. Your faves all under $4.
Roof can do more than keep the rain out. It can power your home. Built for Canadian weather with sleek integrated solar technology. Turn your roof into an investment instead of an expense. Ironwood Shake and Tile.
Honey!
Yeah?
Can you check if my phone's in the car?
Yes, I can. Oh!
Oh!
Fix Auto, the first words that should come to mind after an accident.
Still hand washing your car? Try this easy wash hack instead. Attach a garden hose to your robot vacuum and goodbye dirt. May cause scratches or scrapes.
Oh!
Fix Auto, with 3 locations on Vancouver Island and Powell River.
Donnie and Dolly is back September 8th. Canucks Lions Whitecaps. We got a lot to talk about. Get the podcast or watch live on CHEK and CHEK Plus. See you Tuesday, September the 8th.
Brought to you by ableauctions.ca. Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Mac Reno Design Build. Update your life with Mac. Custom high-quality design build renovations in Victoria since 1980.
Tonight's big league treatment is all about mind over muscle. Here's Jordan Cunningham.
Okay, do whatever you do. To say whether the thing you do is or isn't a sport, well, you've got to study the factors. Dexterity? Check. Competitive drive? Who's the smartest kid here? Check. Teamwork? Check. They even have a coach.
They actually call me Queen of the Robots.
You're kidding.
No.
I'm among royalty. Did you guys know this?
That is the nickname they have for me on the forum.
Robotics is where sports and smarts collide. Are you guys considered mathletes?
We are considered pretty smart, yeah.
These pretty smart mathletes, or roboticists, or whatever you want to call them, gather at this battlefield deep inside Vancouver Island Tech Park to design and build robots for competition.
Like right now we're experimenting with test kits.
Let's meet our cast of characters. Taya, Ryan, Jasper, Jason, Santa, Marcus, and Philip are unblinking and all business. And it's that steely-eyed focus that has propelled them through the provincial ranks of robotics to representing Canada at the upcoming first global challenge of robotics in Seoul, South Korea.
There are provincial competitions and then international competitions.
It's a big deal, and Coach Christine has been to Worlds before, but as a judge.
It's amazing to watch how the students interacted with each other, whether they shared a language or not, they all share the language of robotics.
In my job, I've spent plenty of time around smart people who make impressive things, and for a good interview, I find it helps to let them know I was no dummy in my schooling days. One time I made a cabin out of popsicle sticks in a shoebox.
Wow.
What they've taken on is slightly more challenging. The big leagues of bot making means designing and building the most efficient robot possible better than anybody else in the world. In the end, what function will this robot be able to execute flawlessly?
So we are hoping that the robot will be able to pick up artifacts or balls, and then we're going to shoot up vertically into a goal like basketball.
So it's like LeBron. The kit hasn't arrived yet, but it will soon, and then they'll start building what I've decided to call LeBot James. Most balls in the basket wins. The competition goes in October, and when the kids say they're taking on the world, they mean the whole world.
There's 190 different countries that are competing in First Global.
Is like Liberia gonna be there?
Liberia a country?
Team Liberia. Not only is it a country, it's actually Africa's oldest independent republic. And wouldn't you know it, a quick Google reveals Team Liberia placed well at last year's Worlds, and they're raring to go for October.
We love you!
robot. We love beauty robot.
While Team Canada might not display the outward enthusiasm our Liberian friends have, we have other X factors.
Canadian pride.
Their confidence comes from a mix of humility and good old-fashioned moxie.
You gonna win this thing or what? We are hoping to... Can you be less wishy-washy?
We're gonna win.
They have focus and faith.
We work together to building the best possible solution we can, and we pray it works.
And we also boast a set of identical twins. And on this day at least, Jason and Ryan Alder's parents still dress them in the same outfits. Jason is the elder Alder, and since he's a centimeter taller, there's a good chance he'll be Canada's flag bearer.
Definitely him.
Getting to Korea will cost $50,000, so it's full-on fundraising from now till October. And it's a good thing they're so smart, because they'll need good jobs to repay their parents.
What are you gonna be when you grow up?
I'm thinking some form of engineering.
I didn't see that one coming.
But their future is now, and look out world, because here comes Canada.
Go Canada!
The Big League treatment is brought to you by Island Canadian Tire Stores, proud supporter of Jumpstart. Because when kids can play, we all win.
Pet Check is coming up next, and we have 7 adorable little puppies on Pet Check to celebrate Pet Check's 7th anniversary. Can you believe it? It has been 7 years of Pet Check, and we've helped find homes for almost 1,000 animals. We'll tell you all about it after the break.
Tonight on CHEK, it's Chamber Chats with Paul Haysom at 6, followed by the Best of the Upside at 6:30. Then it's the game show where knowledge isn't power, it's survival. The Chase is at 7. At 8, it's Nobody's Fool, starring Paul Newman, Bruce Willis, and Jessica Tandy, followed by the documentary Leave It on the Water at 10:15.
The sign of a great offer isn't just what it says, it's who stands behind it. It's the price we pay all year long, and right now you pay what we pay.
Get Ford employee pricing on virtually our entire 2026 lineup, including Explorer, Bronco Sport, and over $13,600 in total price adjustments on this Ford F-150.
I know, I should have announced myself. Eugene Levy, I'm your sleep daddy, and I'm here to help you get serious about sleep. Never sacrifice bedtime for party time. You have to lighten up with the doom scrolling. Even avatars need unplugging. Dude, get serious about sleep at Sleep Country.
Locally owned and operated, Postings Denture Clinics provides denture services tailored to your needs. With an in-house lab, you can count on flawless results with a quick turnaround. Postings Denture Clinics, the smile you deserve, in Victoria, West Shore, or Sydney.
We are very grateful to have Caring Company. We wouldn't be here without them, I don't think. They keep us on our feet and in the house. And we've had several drivers, and every one of them is just lovely, and they're so helpful. Like when Jenna comes, she doesn't just rush in and clean the house and go. She sits and has a little chat with you. And it's kind of nice to have somebody that's kind of her friend too. They're just really nice people that we're really pleased that we've got in touch with them.
Did you know? Arctic Spas is more than just hot tubs. We've got a wide selection of all-weather pools, saunas, and cold plunges to complete your personal spa experience. Arctic Spas, whatever your wellness, find it at Arctic Spas, Vancouver Island.
Pet Check is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to petvalue.ca/companions for change.
It's a puppy party on Pet Check, and we have a lot to celebrate today. It is our Pet Check 7th anniversary, so we have the adorable jackpot litter puppies. These guys are only 3 weeks old. There are 7 of them. They are the sweetest little sausages. and they bring our total to 986 animals on PetCheck. We'll talk about that in a minute, but first, Penny Stone is here, who has been with us since the beginning on PetCheck.
It seems like crazy it's been that many years. It's like crazy. So yeah, these are our lovely jackpot litter. They are only 3 weeks old. I want to say that again. They're only 3 weeks old. They are big puppies.
Yeah.
And the reason that's important is their mother is a golden retriever, and I know everybody out there is going to say, well, I want one of them because they're little golden retrievers, but Dad is a Great Pyrenees who's 140 pounds.
Oh, really? Yes.
So important that people understand the genetics of that. You're not going to get a golden retriever. You're getting a golden retriever Great Pyrenees cross.
And it can go either way or any way. It could look like neither of those potentially, right?
They will be anywhere from, like, in the very best scenario, they're going to be 80 pounds, but probably 120 to 140 pounds. So people have to know that you're not getting this. Mother is a beautiful golden retriever.
Yes.
Dad is a beautiful Pyrenees.
And the mom has a lovely temperament. She's
wonderful.
The sweetest thing. She's going back to her family.
Yeah, she's going back to her family. They're wonderful, wonderful dogs. So it's a nice mixed breed, but remember, you do have guardian breed in there.
Right.
These are not going to be an apartment dog. They're not going to be that type of a dog. So as soon as you hear golden retriever, people think they can go anywhere. So I just want to be really clear about that.
Right. Yes. With the Great Pyrenees, it's different, although they tend to be protective and good family dogs,
Absolutely,
right? Good for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, these will be lovely puppies, but make sure you're getting the right puppy for your family. And we have a great
and your living situation.
And your living situation.
Hugely important.
And when you apply and the adoption counselor phones you, please respect that she really knows what she's talking about when she does this, because she's fostering them. She knows these guys.
Okay.
She knows what they're going to require, what they're going to need. So
don't let them fool you. Just passed out in the basket. That is because they're 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
I would not be able to have 5 little puppies who are 8 weeks old just sleeping through PetCheck in the basket. They would be trying to climb out and going crazy. So these guys will, like all puppies, be rambunctious and chew on everything.
Yep.
They'll need tons of training, tons of socialization, all the things we talk about on PetCheck. And we talk about it so much because it's so important. That's how you raise wonderful dogs that are lovely to be around, that you can take anywhere, and that people want to come and pet.
And I think people really don't get socialization very well because they think, that, well, I've had them see all my dogs, and that's okay. They're ready. They're good with other dogs. They need to see all different types of dogs, Chihuahuas, Great Danes. They need to see every kind of dog, just like they need to see different type of people. And you're not going to get a well socialized dog unless you put that work in. So please, we don't want to hear 6 months down the road that my dog's not social, my dog doesn't like anything, it's scared of everything.
Right.
That's on you.
Yes.
These will be nice socialized pets when they come to you, so let's keep them that way.
And it's like children, right? It's a lot of effort in the beginning, but you put in that effort and you see huge results because of it.
Absolutely.
Look at these sweet sausages. Oh my goodness, we wanted something special for our 7th anniversary episode, and boy, did we get it with these jackpot litter sweethearts. But let's talk about the numbers. So since PetCheck started 7 years ago, we have had 986 animals on PetCheck, counting these 7 puppies here today. In total for puppies, we've had more than 450 puppies, 310 kittens, and then we've had 165 dogs, 11 cats, 32 bunnies, 4 rats, including an African desert rat, a snake, a mouse, and of course the emu, which I was very disappointed did not come in studio with us for PetCheck that time. But Penny, what has PetCheck done in terms of the Victoria Humane Society and what you've seen in terms of awareness and volunteers?
It's been huge for us. First of all, we weren't very well known before we started doing PetCheck, and because of PetCheck, people know who we are. People see our animals. There wasn't like that kind of. They were on Facebook, they were on the website, but there wasn't that kind of media attention that they're getting with this. So people know about us now. They know what we do. I mean, it's been a game changer for us. We can't thank you enough for everything that CHEK has done with PetCheck for us. It's made people know who we are, and it's important so that we can help save more animals, because we can't do it without all the support that we get from the community.
Right.
And CHEK is such a community media outlet that people, everywhere I go, people stop me and go, "You're the lady from PetCheck."
Community is so important to us at CHEK. That's why I pitched this segment. 7 years ago, I went to my boss, our news director, who is actually now my weekend co-anchor, Scott Fee. He was our news director at the time. I'm like, I'd like to do this pet segment. Here's my idea. And he greenlit it. He let me run with it. And we've turned it into what it is. And it's
been fabulous.
It's so amazing for all the animals we've been able to help, the awareness we've been able to raise, because that is so important. All those pet safety tips gifts we give out. Oh my goodness. And of course, cuddling puppies and kittens. Everyone says I have the best job in the world, and I would have to agree. It is a pretty sweet gig to have kitten and puppy cuddles all of the time. But you guys at the Humane Society, you save more animals than any other rescue, including the BCSPCA on Vancouver Island. You have more animals that you rescue and save.
We have 160 kittens right now. It's crazy. And I'd just like to say one thing. Thanks to Pet Check, we got Mike and Molly adopted together this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
So Mike and Molly got to go home.
That
so
is
it was
awesome.
Really nice.
Because that was a harder placement.
Adoption.
2 big dogs.
Actually, just to top it off, Willow, who'd been with us for 3 months, who'd been on Pet Check, someone who'd seen her on Pet Check but was going away, adopted Willow. So
Yay.
everything's good.
And a huge thank you to our sponsor, Bosley's. They've been with us since the beginning. It wouldn't be possible without them. And of course, all of you, all of the viewers who tune in every week on TV and watch on social media. Thank you for making Pet Check a success.
That's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Stacey Ross will be back here tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Have yourself a great night.